Since the NHL training camps have opened, we've had some insane highlights already from some of the league's youngest players. Whether it was the prospect games, where Connor Bedard scored a hat trick, as well as Adam Fantilli in their first games of their respective teams. Or it could be the first preseason game of the season, where Logan Cooley scored an insane goal in front of a crowd in Australia. No matter how you look at it, the NHL is filled with young talent, and this year's going to be really exciting to watch. Connor Bedard right now looks like the front runner to win the Calder, but the question is who could take that spot from him? In this video, I want to dive into the players that I think have a real chance to win the Calder and maybe beat out Connor Bedard for it. Obviously, I think Connor Bedard's probably going to win it and it's not going to be anything close to a challenge, but I really do think that there are some people that could really deserve it too. The first player I want to talk about is Logan Cooley. Logan Cooley was drafted second overall by the Arizona Coyotes just a season ago. He was supposed to play another year in college, but decided to sign his entry-level contract and is coming to the NHL full-time this season. Those of you who've seen the impressive highlight that he scored in the Australia game would know how good this kid's going to be. The kid has put up some insane highlights at Michigan University, and he's going to be a fun thing to watch for the Arizona Coyotes, and that's good, because they're a team that desperately needs that. Also, I'm sorry for my voice being kind of more quiet. I'm sick, so it's kind of hard to talk. Cooley got into a couple NHL games last season after his university season ended early, and he was kind of impressive in those games too. But over the summer, he's really made the improvements on himself that he's needed, and he's ready to jump in the NHL full-time. I think this kid's going to be a highlight machine. While he doesn't have the best teammates around him, he should still be able to elevate some of the people that he's playing with. Clayton Keller's a really good playmaker and will help Logan Cooley score a lot of goals. That's one of the other things that Connor Bedard has going over him. Connor Bedard's most likely going to be on a line with Taylor Hall, and that's really going to help boost his point total more than it already would. But Connor Bedard's still going to have some struggles by himself too, because the Chicago Blackhawks are going to be very bad once again. I'm really excited to watch Logan Cooley progress this season and see how far he can come in the NHL in his first full season. The next player that I want to talk about is Adam Fantilli from the Columbus Blue Jackets. This year, Adam Fantilli went third overall to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and in any other normal draft where Connor Bedard isn't the first person to be drafted, he probably could have won first overall. The kid's going to be insane, and we've seen some flashes of that skill already, especially in that prospect game where he scored a hat trick in his very first game, and he just picked up his first preseason point against the Penguins the other night. The guy probably would have went second overall to the Anaheim Ducks, but he wanted to be in Columbus, and I think he pretty much told the Ducks that, so they drafted Leo Carlsson over him. Being in the Columbus, he also has multiple teammates from his University of Michigan days, and I think that's going to be a big boost to him. He has a lot of skill, and he has a very good scoring touch, and I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they're another team that really needs that star power. Obviously, it's really hard for them to attract free agents, even though Johnny Gaudreau just signed there, but Columbus exactly isn't the best place to live if you're an NHL player. A lot of the players like to go to big cities where they'll be the talk of the town, even though Columbus they'd be the talk of the town too, but it's just a lot smaller of a city than the others that they can choose to play in. I think a person that's going to be kind of more of a sleeper pick for the Calder is going to be Devin Levi from the Buffalo Sabres. If you haven't checked out my Buffalo Sabres video that I made already, go check it out. But basically in that video, I talk about how I think this season is going to be the first time that they're going to be able to make the playoffs. Their forwards are stacked, and their defense is looking a little bit better than it has in recent memory. And then they also have Devin Levi coming up into this system full-time, and he's going to break into the NHL this year full-time, even though last year he did get a little bit of a chance to prove himself in the NHL. And in those games, he did look very solid. Levi was acquired from the Florida Panthers in the Sam Reinhart deal. He was a very low draft pick, but since then, he's really blossomed into a very good goalie, and I think he's going to be a star in the league for a long time. The only thing with that, though, is obviously he is a goalie, and that's something that kind of gets overlooked in NHL awards. But out of all the other rookies in the league, I think he's going to be a good sleeper pick, outside of the big three people that I already talked about in this video. But obviously, there's going to be definitely more rookies in the league this year, and some of them could fight for that top spot. I just might not be familiar with them. If there's anyone else you think that could compete for the Calder, let me know in the comments below and tell me why you think that they can be competing for the Calder. I'm sorry to cut this one a little short, but like I said earlier, I'm sick and my throat's kind of giving out on me, so I'm going to cut this one a little bit short. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, make sure you subscribe and leave a like because it will really help me out. And I'll see you on Friday for the Ask Me Anything.